Hey guys, what is going on? This is Kim from the Dysfunction Junction podcast. I know I haven't been around in forever and I apologize. I don't have any intro music. I won't have any outro music. But this is how I think I am going to attempt to record for a while because with school, do not back up, dude. Okay, sorry. I'm in the car on my way to choir practice and I had to stop and get a coffee. But this is the first time I've actually used the Spreaker app. This is the first time I've actually been live. I'm sure nobody's listening because I don't have that many followers. That's okay. This is still a passion of mine and I still love it and I still want to do it, and I just don't have a lot of time right now with the holidays and with my class schedule, but I still want this as an outlet. I still love this. So I am going to, I pay for the service to be able to, record on the go, and that's what I'm going to do. So how is everybody? I hope everybody is having a wonderful week and had a really great holiday. We just had Thanksgiving past us. It was nice and quiet, which I always love. I wasn't very keto during Thanksgiving, but that's okay because I just enjoyed my family and enjoyed the holidays and enjoyed all the food. And I've been fasting for a few days and I'm 2 pounds away from where I was when I started. But I had a really nice Thanksgiving. I saw my brother, who I haven't seen in months. He looks amazeballs, along with his fiance and their little baby girl, my niece, who I haven't seen in forever. She's adorbs. And we just had a really really good visit. And I know I've talked about this before, and I'm going to bring it up again. I'm not really good at staying in touch. I do my best. I do. But I get caught up in my own world and my own life and my own things. And I forget that there are other people out there who care about me and would like to hear from me. So I told my brother, listen, we really need to do better on staying in touch with each other. I don't want to go months like we had and barely speak. And I'm not upset with him about that. He is busy. He's a father. He works full time. He's a husband. They're busy. And he's in the military. He's in the reserves, and he does drills every other weekend. And there are times where he works, 14 days straight, and he's tired. But I miss him, and I don't like going that long without talking to him, and I don't want this. They have what's called when podcasts fade out and they kind of just they're just not around as often as they're not consistent, and that's called pod fading. And I don't want to pod fade. I don't want to pod fade. I still want to be successful at this. I love talking. That is my thing. That is my sport. That is my recreational activity, is speaking. I think I've read somewhere that you can burn calories doing this thing. But I don't know how many calories. And I just lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. I'm trying to drive and talk at the same time. And I'm not good at it. I just had a thought while I was talking that I always say at the end of my show that, check out the show notes on the website, I'll post pictures, yada, yada. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, people. But let's face it, I don't really post anything that great anyway. It's just the show notes, And guys, I got to pull over. There's a cop coming down the road with his lights flashing. All right. So, in case you haven't missed, in case you are wondering, nothing's changed about me. I'm still ADD, crazy, all over the place. I would like to update you on school. School's going amazeballs. okay, who has 2 thumbs and an A average in her psych class. That would be me. Sorry, I know that was a weird thing to say. But like I said, I'm reaching. I'm a little rusty. It's been a couple months since I've, recorded. So, but like I said, I love it. I want to keep doing this. I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm all over the place. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Anyway, school's going good. I'm officially signed up for classes for this coming up. Well, it's next spring, but they start in January, but they're spring. And my first classes are A&P with a lecture and lab and then a college writing course. So I'm excited, but nervous. I'm still wondering how I'm going to get all this work done while I work full-time and be a mom full-time and still try to be auntie full-time. That's a whole other story in itself. I should just go around this car. I'm sorry. I need to get windshield wiper fluid in my car because this window is crap. So I'm a little worried. So listen, how about this? If anybody has any ideas, if there are any people out there who are listening who, are full-time college student, part-time college student, full-time mom, part-time mom, how do you do it? How do you budget your time for classes and your family? Because one of my biggest worries is that it's going to affect my marriage. Everybody knows this before. My husband doesn't really tolerate stress well. And so I'm worried that the stress of him having to take on more responsibility is going to affect us. Now, granted, listen, he's got his bachelor's in computer science, and I was there for him the whole time that he went through it, and he didn't work. He was part of it. He was, a stay-at-home parent, and the other time, the kids were at school. So some people would say, you were there for him. He needs to step it up and be there for you, which is true. I just don't know if it's a battle that I want to fight. And it may not even be a battle. I could be getting all worked up for absolutely nothing. And so far, everything's been going really good. He's been really supportive, but it's just been one class, really. And I've been able to get it done either early in the morning. I've been waking up early in the morning to do my reading or to take notes. I've been doing my studying after the kids go to bed. It hasn't left a lot of time for him and I to be together. But like I said, I guess that's something that I have to work on. If anybody's listening and knows what that's like and has any suggestions and tell me what worked for you, I would really, really appreciate it. It's not going to be forever. It's just for a few years of our lives, and in the end, it will all be worth it. So, anyway, enough about that. Christmas is coming up. Can you believe it? 27 days until Christmas. And I want to ask you guys' opinion on something. So, as you guys know, I am a Christian. I go to church every Sunday. I'm going to worship practice right now. And I want to ask your opinion on something about your thoughts of, I know that Christmas is about, the birth of Jesus and all of that. But I have still taught my kids about Santa. Now, and let me tell you about why. So, I've always been a spiritual person. I never, just until the last 5 years have consistently been to church every Sunday and have been consistently, over even the last 6 months, actively praying every day and learning scripture. And so I'm really, really new at this, being a Christian and born again or whatever you want to call it. But so before then, I've always told my kids about Santa and all that goes along with it. So I've just continued that with Caden and Brody, even though they've been born in the church. Because before Caden came and we started going to church, Piper was 6 years old, and she's always known, we've always taught her to believe in Santa. So when we started going to church, she always believed in Santa, and Santa was a thing. I didn't want to tell her at 6 years old about Santa not being a thing. And so Brody and Caden, Caden's known about Santa, since he was little, because we always still talked about it with Piper, and then because we talked about it with Caden, and then we talked about it with Brody, and so now I'm a little torn as to what I should do. I don't know if I cannot talk about Santa now. If I tell them now, Santa isn't real. Christmas isn't about Santa. It's about Jesus, which they do know that part, and they do know that Christmas is about, the birth of Jesus Christ, but they also believe in Santa. So is there anybody out there who is listening who is in my boat where, when their older kids were, when their kids were older, you told before you were a Christian, you had your kids believe in Santa, and then somewhere after that, you were baptized and accepted Jesus into your life, and now you're kind of at this crossroads where now your younger kids who were born into the church and they still believe in Santa. Is this making sense? What do I do? What do you think I should do? Do you think I should, burst that bubble and rip off the Band-Aid and just tell them? Or should I just keep it, hush-hush and leave it at that for now? I don't know. I'm so confused. I don't know what to do. For now, I'm zipping my lip. I'm going to just keep it to myself. Be very, play stupid, I guess. Listen, I need to wash this windshield. I cannot see. It is dark as heck. I really need to wash this windshield before I go home tonight, because I can't see. I might pull over here at the gas station and clean the windshield. But that means I'd have to say goodbye to you guys, and I don't want to do that. So maybe I will just go to church, go to practice, and wash the windshield after. Oh, goodness. So, like I said, Christmas is coming. Does anybody out there have, really cool Christmas traditions that you'd like to share? I know lots of people do like the Elf on the Shelf. I don't do Elf on the Shelf. It's too much work. It really is, to have to, pose the thing every time and come up with some backstory and la la la. That is too much work. And I don't care about my kids that much to do that. So I'm not doing that. Let's see, what else? We put our tree up the day after Thanksgiving. It's completely decorated. It's all done. I'm very excited about that. However, it did turn into a big fiasco because, yet again, nothing can be done in my house without a fight or an argument or, craziness. But we've got past that. One thing we do, which was a tradition that myself and my ex-husband started, was that we buy the kids an ornament every Thanksgiving and usually give it to them on Thanksgiving Day. But, oh my gosh, how am I parked? We usually give it to them on Thanksgiving Day, and so every Thanksgiving they get to, every year they get a new Christmas ornament. So, that's a cool little tradition that we've started. But, you guys want to know a secret? I hope nothing falls on my car because of ice. So anyway, here's my secret. The secret is we did not give them the ornaments this year. I bought them, but I forgot to give them to them. They were sitting in a bag on my dresser. And to be quite honest, I was so frustrated with all the crap that they were pulling that I totally forgot to even give it to them. So I didn't. But I will. I will. What else is going on, people? I wish I had a call-in show. That would be cool. I think you can do that on Spreaker Live too. You could have a call-in show where people call in, ask you questions. I would love that. Sometimes I wish I had a co-host because it would be so much fun to banter back and forth, but I don't like to share. And that means I'd have to share my podcast and I'd have to collaborate with other people and get their opinions. And I don't want to do that because it's too much work. I like to work alone. Actually, that's not true. I don't like to work alone. Like, at work, I like to work with my peeps, even though they're driving me crazy. They're my peeps. They're my family. I love them. So that makes the day go by faster. But when it comes to my podcast, I don't want to share. I don't want to share it. I don't want to collaborate with other people. I want to make my own decisions. I want to make this. This is my thing. Nobody else's thing. My thing. So, on this Spreaker app that I'm using, it has... oh God, someone just walked by me, saw me talking on my phone. They probably think I'm a nutball. I've been talking for 16 minutes. That's a long time. So on this Spreaker app, let me tell you a little bit about what I'm using. It has, right now I'm recording live, which is awesome. And then after I'm done recording, it'll share automatically to all of my social media. But then I have to go and actually promote it. But this is a little bit easier to do for me right now. I mean, promoting it won't be a big deal, but it's mostly the editing and all that stuff, and I can't do that right now. So hopefully this will sound good. Hopefully it won't sound like I'm sitting in my car recording it, but if it is, then it is. What am I going to do? Nothing I can do. So anyway, so there's all these different effects on the Spreaker Studio app, but I don't know what they are. So I'm going to take a minute and I'm going to play with the sound effects because this is my podcast and I have nothing else better to do. And I have 7 minutes before I have to go into choir practice, and we're going to figure them out. So the very first app or the very first effect is two little masks, those drama masks. So let's see what it says. What the sound is. Hint, plug in headphones to listen in while microphone is on or switch the microphone off. Oh. Okay, let's try it. Ready? Ooh, fancy. Okay, so the next one is a pair of glasses. So let's see what that one sounds like. Ooh. Creepy. All right, so the next one is, it looks like the Invisible Man. I don't know if you know how the Invisible Man, how he's got like this cloak on, he's got this weird hat on, and his face is wrapped in like all this gauze so he's not invisible. So that's what it looks like. Let's listen to that one. It sounds like. Okay, so that's like breaking news. That's cool. So then the next one is, I know, you guys, if you haven't tuned out yet, you're pretty faithful. People are starting to come. I'm going to have to leave here soon. And again, I'm not going to have an exit song on this episode because I don't have it in my effects. And I'm not going to have my spiel that I do. I wonder if I could make one of my effects. You know what I'm telling you? Visit me on Facebook. Visit me on Twitter. La, 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 la. I'm going to try that. I bet you I could do that. Oh my gosh. So many possibilities. I'm so excited. Anyway, so the next sound effect is 3 little smiley emojis with a hand. Now I'm thinking it's going to be applause. So let's try it. Yes. Thank you all. Thank you so much. I can't believe you guys have chosen me. I'm so excited. Thank you. I was right. Anyway, so the next one is, again, 3 little smiley emojis and then a flag. So I'm not really sure what that's going to be, but let's try it. Yes. Thank you again. I can't believe I won. You like me. You really like me. Hey. Oops. Did you guys hear that buzz on my phone? That was my husband sending me a message that my son finally showed up like 2 minutes after his curfew. So he was very excited. Okay, so listen, I'm going to go in. Everybody else is going in to, into whatchamacallit. What am I at? This is another thing that's bothering me that I would like to talk about at one point. This whole getting old thing really sucks okay? It sucks ASS. I feel like I have a brain tumor. I forget words. I forget, like how to spell stuff, how to say stuff. Either I have a brain tumor or, I have dementia. One of those. Because this is just ridiculous. The stuff that I cannot pull out of my mouth. I'm trying really hard not to swear. Because I'm pretty sure if you swear while you're at church, lightning will strike you at that very moment. So I still have a lot of, things to do, like class and Christmas, and I really don't want to be dead. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this whole thing up. I'm very excited. I'm going to mess with these sound effects and see if I can't put my intro music and my outro music on. And then, some other really cool side effects. Not side effects. Oh my God. Sound effects. Please put me out of my misery. Dear God. All right. I'm going to go. I hope you guys all have a wonderful week. I miss you. Please don't stop following me. I do have a Patreon account if you want to help a lady out. I am a struggling, starving college student now. Check me out at patreon.com. I don't remember what the other address is, but you can visit my website. It's all on there, dfpodcast.com. Thank you guys all for listening. I hopefully will talk to you again soon. Bye!